Greetings everyone. If you are a student and want to know how a student can become a brand, if you are a struggling entrepreneur and want to learn from experienced personal branding strategist and digital marketer, stay with us. In case you don't know me, I am Yousaf from Islamabad, Pakistan. I am founder of Integrated Success Formula and founder of Integrated Success Marketing and host of instant publicity interviews. Today we have a very amazing guest with us. She is a student and yet she is a personal branding strategist and digital marketer. Give me a warm welcome to our today's guest, Jagriti Malhotra. Welcome, Jagriti.
Hi, Yousaf. Thank you for this amazing introduction. And yes, I am glad to be here and answer whatever questions you might have for me going forward.
Let me start with this. Where were you? Or what happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to start your journey as an entrepreneur and personal branding strategist?
I believe for me, it has been the environment that I have been all my life. You know, when I saw my dad build a business from scratch when he came from nothing. And for him, providing for a family for five, and not just providing, but keeping us well off and, always sitting above the curve was an inspiration to build something on my own. And well, LinkedIn, as you mentioned earlier, started as a discovery journey, and I wasn't always looking forward to hit the nail there and start an entrepreneurial venture out of it. But for sure, it came across as a self-discovery journey. For when I graduated from college, there was a significant gap of a few months there, and I just didn't want to waste time. So I was exploring all the options at hand. I helped a friend create a business communication course and to help his startup. But then I came across LinkedIn and the pool of opportunities that lies in it, and that's exactly when I started reading into it, referring to articles and everything, and harnessing the same energy and channelizing it in a way where I could help others and at the same time feed my own journey of self realization and self actualization.
Okay, great. You have a very inspiring story, by the way. Jagriti, what are your immediate plans to grow your business and your journey as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. So currently, I have partnered with one another digital media marketer, and we are looking forward to build a more formal organization wherein we are providing services of LinkedIn marketing, FB ads, AdWords, all these technical aspects of marketing. At the same time, keeping in mind that the core of marketing is to humanize a brand, which most of the companies or brands in nowadays are forgetting. And people are pushing more on the hard selling aspect, but however, we promote humanizing a brand and storytelling and not hard selling. So, which comes in with more human interaction, the way that we are communicating as of now. So we have already delivered two projects, and we are working on a third client now. And yeah, so far we plan to scale it to increase the growth.
Okay, great. Now you are building your brand as well and your company. Stay blessed. Okay, what are top three secrets which others can get as a cheat sheet and implement right now in their journey, like young entrepreneurs can implement them?
Absolutely. So, a lot of juniors that I have been in touch with come back to me saying that, hey, I want to do something. I'm into investment, or you do not necessarily have to be in marketing to, start with LinkedIn. So they come asking that I want to write, I want to do blogging, I want to do investment banking. But the start is only when you actually start. And like, their information is of no use if you are not working on implementation. So that's what the idea is. So first of all, start working on an action plan, and secondly, journal whatever you are doing so you can go back to figure out what your mistakes were. It's something like every week on Saturday night or like a Sunday night when you are exhausted with work, just sit down with a pen and paper and get to journaling whatever you've been through the entire week, and then figure out the mistakes or your improvement areas. And when I say improvement areas, those are the same places which are also opportunity areas. So, and thirdly, start with LinkedIn, where you can be authentic. Do not try to be somebody who you're not. This is the mistake that I did initially, coming across as an expert. But when you are actually just in a self-discovery phase, do not do that, because that's not being authentic to your own self. And just to bring that to notice, initially when I was in this phase and I realized this is the mistake I was doing, my LinkedIn headline was at that time, I do not have this all figured out. And that was exactly the time where I had like tons and hundreds of messages coming back to me saying that, hey, I like your headline, and that's it, that's interesting, and that speaks to your authenticity. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing. You have shared a lot of valuable points for young entrepreneurs. And Jagriti, I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Like, what is the single most failure in your professional life? What lesson have you learned? And how did you recover from it?
Absolutely. So this actually isn't a very difficult question, given the fact that I faced a failure very recently in the recent past. So after my graduation, I was campus placed at Ernst& Young. And it came out of a place of stubbornness, that even though I wasn't very much into the accounting or the finance space, I still wanted to get the job because all my peers were at it. Ernst Young is a big four brand, it's a brand label. And it was a failure on my part to not understand that a brand label means nothing if the operation or the work that you are doing disinterests you. And nonetheless, because I was so driven to just get the job, I did get it. But I did not enjoy my stay there. Also, I had already been admitted to Ivy Business School, so it wasn't for a long time. But the entire period that I spent at EY, it was a learning experience because I was doing something that I was not very comfortable at.
Mhm.
So it was a learning experience. And I was doing something that actually disinterested me. So that point on, I made a decision that this was another failure at self discovery itself. And you're going to get up from this point on and not take up something for the label of it, but for what it actually means to you.
Exactly. Decisions make you and decisions break you. And
Absolutely. Well said.
Jagriti, what people who are watching this right now, how can they support you?
For sure. I mean, the love that I've been receiving so far is through, LinkedIn branding. And the only way I can thank everybody else is to keep supporting me by coming back to the page and, leaving your comments there, because your comments are what inspire me to keep doing what I do. And it's like, just this instant gratification that the work that I'm putting out there is helping others. And it's not something that I'm doing for my own. It's of course a self drive, but it's also that can help all of us grow together. So for sure, leave your thoughts, leave your comments, your feedback, and I'd be happy to take it forward.
Okay, Jagriti, what would you say as a final words?
As final words, I would just say that be true to yourself, because the mistakes that I've done in the past stem from the fact that you look at something and you are driven to get it or to be that. But at the end of the day, look in the mirror and realize who you actually are, what actually matters to you, and for whom are you doing it. Realizing your internal motivations is the way to go.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you, Jagriti, for share your wisdom with us on the behalf of Integrated Success Formula and my entire team. Stay blessed, stay home, and thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody, and thank you so much, Yousaf, for arranging this call.